Hello and welcome to the third edition of the Resident Evil 1.5 Making Of series. In this episode, we'll be taking a closer look at some of the new features added to make the game feel more retail. As you can see here, there's a very simple language selector at boot. Here we've added a violence disclaimer which lasts for about 10 seconds. It can be skipped at will if you think it takes too long to fade out. We've also changed the Capcom logo a little so that it's not cut anymore. And this here is the Team Aegis logo. It's completely independent and can also be skipped. Let's take a look at options, shall we?
Resident Evil 2.
This new screen contains several new options and a revamped style based on retail. Let's see what happens if we try changing the current game language. The controller configuration also has a new style and more functionality in general. The background also changes if you plug in a DualShock or a dual analog controller. I think it's time to start a new game.
Resident Evil 2.
The player selection screen has also been refined a little and the bugs have been fixed. If you recall in 1.5, zombies couldn't be hit as they were rising, much like in Resident Evil 1. Well, that's been changed to work more like 2, and now they can be. Let's try again with the Remington. They keep on getting hit just fine and react differently each time they fall back to the ground. As you may have noticed already, zombies don't randomly resurrect either. Among these new features, we've also added the tactical reload. What about headshots being unable to hit the zombies? Those were restored as well. The file menu has also been reworked into something closer to retail, while also taking a few elements from Deadly Silence. By inspecting the history book about the Borgias, you will see the familiar looking screen we're all used to. Of course, the obtained file shows up in the list and you can get back to it whenever you wish to. One of the known vanilla bugs, dubbed Air Jesus, made the player characters climb objects that weren't intended for climbing. That has now been corrected. As you can see, Leon doesn't get his head stuck up in the clouds anymore. It's time to show you the new door transitions between rooms. Don't mind the door not matching, this is just a placeholder until we get a proper model for the heliport. Now, 1.5 originally didn't have any code for handling locked doors with unique messages. That has been changed and sounds were added to reflect door locks blocking the player or being released. Here we're activating a little debug feature to make the backgrounds look better on emulators. Doors can be skipped if you'd like. This completely cuts away all unnecessary room loading, which was also reduced by compressing data. The issue with players walking on top of the background is gone as well. This big picture shows what's preventing that. Let's take a look at the doors again. Each locked door reflects the lock type by having a different message, like retail titles got us used to. The vanilla code lacks procedures for the use button in the inventory, making most event items useless. This test shows how it's no longer like that. Now this puzzle here is from the vanilla build, and it's been reprogrammed to work properly. Let's move on to the item box, another missing feature from the vanilla build. Switching items in and out works exactly like in Resident Evil 2. Ammo clips can also be combined directly from the screen. By pressing select, you can move to the sort menu and reorder the item box list either by name or type. The last feature added to the vanilla build is save triggers. One has been placed in this room on a temporary station box. Feeding the save trigger with the memory card brings up the save menu, which has been patched to allow the player to record progress instead of just crashing. And that's all, folks. We hope you enjoyed the new features, and we'll see you next time.